So guys, welcome to the new banger on the channel. This is going to be about scaling your agency to that 30k per month mark, guys. This is not the infamous 10k per month mark. We're not even talking 20k per month. We're talking 30k per month right here. And I'm talking net profit as well, guys. This is exactly how you're going to go about structuring your agency, how you're going to manage it, and how you're actually going to build a business, a proper business where you're actually making 30k net profit, and what that would look like on your back end systems. So I'm going to show you all the systems, kind of like the structure as well, the overall structure, and on what you're going to need to follow in order to scale to that 30k per month mark. Now you're probably wondering why 30k per month. Well, honestly guys, I found that going from like 0 to 10k is very life changing. I've noticed that 10k per month is very life changing. 20k is even better, and then getting to like 30k just in whatever business you're doing in general, like how I'm doing back in the day when I first reached my first 30k. I noticed that was extremely life changing, way more life changing than a 10k. So why would you stop at the 10k per month mark, guys? So I'm going to show you exactly, if you was just to do this solely with an agency, what would it look like on the back end? So in today's video, we're actually going to be jumping straight into my whiteboard and showing you straight away exactly how you can go about doing this. So without any further ado, let's basically just jump straight into this, guys. So as you can see, guys, we're actually on my whiteboard right here. I'm not too sure how I'm going to position this microphone just real quick. That should be okay. So guys, here's basically what I want to break down in today's video. So let's actually start breaking down the actual structure just real quick. So I'm assuming, right, that you guys have a front end system. I don't know why that looks like a pound sign. That's supposed to be an FE. Forgive my handwriting, by the way, guys. It's definitely going to be terrible in this video. So long story short, I'm assuming, right, do you guys understand the two systems to scale an agency? There's two systems. You're going to need a front end system, aka a way to attract clients. So this is your front end system. This is all about doing outreach, sales calls, maybe even automating your sales calls and automating your outreach. I talk about all these sorts of stuffs on my actual channel already. So this is the front end system. This is me assuming, right, that you already have some sort of offer, you have some sort of outreach strategy that you're actually used to that actually works, and you can actually scale that up by either running Facebook ads to acquire clients or using something like the hybrid system where you've got multiple team members doing actual outreach for you guys. So I'm assuming that you've got some sort of reliable customer acquisition process or client acquisition process. That's what I mean by your front end system. Now, I talk about this a lot on my channel, so if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back on my channel and actually start looking through my videos, because I talk about the hybrid system a lot. I talk about outreach a lot. I talk about getting clients and acquiring clients a lot on my channel. That's my main focus realistically on my channel. Today's video though, I want to talk about what the back end system is going to look like, the BE, the back end systems. So what your back end system is your service delivery, how you're managing your team, the tools, the software, and the structure of your actual agency. So that's what I want to be breaking down in today's video. Again, I'm not going to be breaking down the front end system stuff in today's video. If you want me to do a video on this, just let me know. But I've done so many friggin' videos on the hybrid system. Look into the hybrid system, look into my videos on outreach, appointment setting as well. But I'm assuming that you have like or you understand basically how to scale your front end system. Your front end system is, you know, like I said, outreach, setting appointments, closing clients, because there's two things you need to focus on. One, your front end, two, your back end. So let's actually talk about the back end system and show you exactly how this is going to work, right? So let's say, right, you've got you here. This is you. You are the agency owner. You are the CEO. So guys, scaling to 30k, right, is going to make you, and it's going to force you, this is a good thing, by the way, it's going to force you out of the solopreneurship kind of like mindset most people are in. You can't be a freelancer and get to like 30k per month. It's just not going to be possible. Well, it depends on what you're charging, but if you're charging anywhere between like 1.5k to maybe like 2k or something like that per month for your services, there's no way in hell that you're going to be able to manage that many clients, because you're going to need outsources, you're going to need a team, you're going to need structure, you're going to need systems. So I'm actually going to be breaking down in this video exactly what the systems are going to look like. So let's pretend, right, we've got an agency and we're doing the traditional Facebook ads for real estate agents. Let's just say we're doing Facebook ads for real estate agents. I may have to zoom out just a little bit on this. There we go. So we've got you, the CEO. So hopefully you can see this on mobile. So we've got you here, the CEO, right? So what you're going to need to do, right, is you're going to need to build a team. So this is your contractor one, right? You're going to need a team of contractors. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, more specifically, these are going to be media buyers. So we can call them M1, M2, and M3, or contractor 1, contractor 2, contractor 3. It doesn't matter what you're really offering, because it's going to be a very similar structure. If you're offering TikTok ads, it would just be a media buyer for TikTok ads. If you're offering social media management, then you would have a contractor, and you'd still need like free contract. Well, depending on your pricing and what you're charging people, then obviously you're going to need a different structure. It all depends, by the way, I'm gonna have to look at the camera for this one. It all depends on how much you're charging clients on a monthly basis for your services, and it all depends on exactly how many clients your contractors can handle per one person. For example, let's say we're actually, offering Facebook ads, and we're doing that to the real estate industry. So we're offering Facebook ads or funnel builds out or whatever it is to the real estate industry, and we're charging 1.5k USD per month. That's a nice average kind of like ordeal. Let's say each one of your contractor requires you to pay them $500 per client per month. Per client per month. Right? So that's $500 per client per month. So that means basically every client we're actually going to close, we're actually going to make 1k net profit because we're spending $500 on the client. So let's say you close one client, right? You're going to just need one contractor, or you could actually just manage this yourself if you're good at Facebook ads. But this is the structure you would need to get to 30k. So in total, right, we're going to need 30 clients in order to get to 30k net profit. By the way, I'm just doing this in very layman terms, easy to use numbers. Obviously you plug your numbers into this kind of like formula and the way how you want to work this out, but I want to give you guys a good visualization as to how this is going to work, right? So let's say, and you have to do this, let's say you speak to your contractors, your media buyers. So you've got one media buyer and you're at 10 clients right now. Let's pretend that's where you're at. Well, what you'd be doing is you'd be pulling in 15k at that particular point in revenue, and you'd be paying one of your contractor, you're in a contractor one, you'd be paying them 5k because you've got 10 clients. Let's say this person has the capacity to handle 10 clients each. You've got 10 clients each, right? Let's just ignore these. Let's ignore these for now. These for now, just real quick. So this is what it's gonna end up looking like, the structure. You're gonna have one contractor, and this person's gonna have 10 clients underneath them, which they manage. This is the key, guys. If you don't understand this and you don't understand why, you're not probably going to build a successful business, because you can't do all of this yourself. There's no way in hell one person by themselves can handle 30 clients all doing Facebook ads for them. You would literally lose your shit. You would lose your nut. You'd be in an asylum home, or whatever they're freaking called, those mental homes. So what we're going to need to do is build out a solid team. And if you're going to do this, you might as well do it in a proper way. And this is probably the best way, guys, is what I'm trying to say, and the reason why I'm doing this video. So you've got contractor one. He's handling 10 clients, or she's handling 10 clients, right? And each client she handles or he handles, it's $500 per client per month. Hopefully you guys are starting to see the maths now. So what's going to end up happening is you're going to have one contractor handling client number 1, client 2, client 3, all the way up to client number 10. Assuming you have a good service delivery and you've got a proper team that you've built up, which you have to do. Obviously, I'm making a lot of assumptions in this video, but I'm just giving you the overall structure so you can see how it's structured. So this is what you're going to need to do. You're going to need a solid team of 3 people. One media buyer, 2 media buyers, 3 media buyers. Each media buyer can handle 10 clients. So it's the exact same thing, right? This is the easiest way to go about doing this. I just want to give you a good visual representation of this. So these are clients underneath this, right? And I want to give you the hierarchy kind of like structure, the hierarchical structure. I don't even believe that's a friggin' word, but this is what the structure would look like. It would be you at the top, then it would be your media buyer 1, your media buyer 2, and your media buyer 3 over here. And then underneath each one of these media buyers would be 10 clients that they're managing each. Again, just for the ease of numbers, each one of these clients is 1.5k, 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 all the way up to 10. You've got 10 clients here. So that would actually be, 15k. That'd be 15k right there. So this is 15, your media buyer 1 is handling 10 clients, and that's the revenue of that is 15k. This would be another 15k. This person's handling another 10 clients, and this person is then handling another 10 clients. So all in all, you'd be making 45k in revenue with 15k in outsourcing fees. You could probably get this down, by the way. You could probably get this down if you do some sort of flat deal where you say, over 6 clients, you change to some sort of package deal with your media buyer. You can obviously discuss this, guys. Now, let's talk about kind of like the structure of this and why you want to work like this. So this is you. Eventually, what you can do is replace you with what you call let's say you've got even more people. You could replace this with what you call them a manager, to be honest with you. like a media buyer manager. So this would be, but for now, let's ignore the manager. This would be you looking after 1, 2, 3. At this point, I would recommend you highly do daily calls with each one of your media buyers, or all 3 of them combined in one call. And go through, in fact, I would do all of them combined in one call every single day at like 2 p.m. Lock that out into your calendar, or whenever you want to lock that out, and make sure you have a daily team meeting, with your team. You need to do this, guys, to stay organized. You will 100% have to do this. Now let's actually talk about, so hopefully, does this make sense to you guys? Hopefully this makes sense. So you've got you, and these media buyers are answering to you. Media buyer 1, media buyer 2, and media buyer 3. All communications is going to you at the top. But realistically, your media buyers are, they're doing the copywriting, they're doing the Facebook advertising, the media buying for your actual clients down here. And your clients are talking to your media buyers, because there's no way you're going to be able to answer 30 clients every single day, or answer to 30 clients every single day. It needs to be like a hub. We can call this like the hub strategy, if you will. So we've got 10 clients being managed by media buyer 1, and he's answering their questions and making sure that the service is going well, and they're rendering what they've promised they'd render, Facebook ads, and actually delivering on what they promised as well. So that would be media buyer 1, and it's just basically, you just take that same structure and you replicate it 2 more times. This is exactly how you go about doing it. Not only that, but you can actually get media buyer 1 to actually teach media buyer 2 when you first bring them on. So let's say you're at client number 10 and you need to find another media buyer, because your first media buyer is only limited to 10 clients. He only has the capacity to handle 10 clients. And just as you're about to hire media buyer 2, what you do is you tell media buyer 1 to actually, we're actually going to be bringing on this new dude called Benjamin, and Benjamin's a media buyer and he's from this place. He's going to be doing the exact same thing as you. Can you actually teach him what you're doing for our 10 clients so that he's up to speed in how we operate? That is one of the best ways you can do that. Get one of your staff members to actually teach your other staff member right there. So that's how you could go about doing that. And then what you want to do is you have your media buyers answer to your 10 different clients down here. So the media buyer 1 answers clients number 1 to 10. And then media buyer 2 answers client 11 to 20. And then media buyer 3 answers to client number 21 all the way to 20, 30 or 31 or whatever it is. So that's how you go about doing 30 clients right there. And that's how you go about, guys, structuring your agency to get to like those big numbers. And again, this technically is kind of infinitely scalable as long as your profit margins remain healthy. Because you can go on to do 40 clients, go on to do 50 clients, go on to do 60 clients, and the structure would kind of remain the same. The only thing that would probably change after like 40 clients or something like that would be you'd start to get bogged down with how many media buyers you're managing. Because again, your job would be to manage your media buyers, and your media buyer's job would be to manage your clients. So you're only managing 3 people at that point, whereas your media buyers are 110 people. And again, you have to have a proper team for this. It's not going to be easy, don't get me wrong, but this is how you would go about doing it. Now, again, once this starts growing and maybe you've got media buyer number 4, for example, then what you would do is you yourself would replace the tasks you're doing in terms of handling your media buyers, and you would hire what you call like a manager. Like a manager. So this manager now answers, and these media buyers would answer to the manager, and then you would be on top of your manager. For example, you are the CEO, and then you basically just speak direct to the manager on what's going on with each media buyer, and then each media buyer has 10 clients that they're managing. So can you see kind of like the, hopefully you can kind of see the structure on how you want to handle this. Now, when it comes to all of this, by the way, guys, I do recommend using tools like Trello, Zapier, maybe even Monday.com, and making sure you've got these kind of like integrated with each other, because there's going to be a lot of moving parts, a lot of tasks that you want to see. And if you have a Kanban board, it's going to be so much easier, guys, where you've got like a view of what's going on, what projects need to be completing, especially if you're using something like Monday.com, like a project management tool. You're definitely going to use that. So definitely take a look into these tools, guys. Also, I do recommend, making sure that you've got Slack as well, and make sure your Slack channels are actually set up correctly. So when you've got, let's say you're working with a client and they're called Nike, for example, let's pretend that that's your client. What you'd want to do is you want to make sure that in the Slack channel you have you obviously still in the Slack channel, so you can still overlook the actual conversations, but you also have your media buyer in there, and obviously your client's going to be in there, your client, and you're going to have 30 of these channels on On Slack, it will look like the little hashtag, and then that's the name of the channel. And inside the channel, there's going to be a group of, it's going to be you, your media buyer, your client, and maybe your client's like a co-founder in there as well, like a team member. They have your client plus their team. There you go. So that's basically what the actual Slack channel looks like. But hopefully, guys, you can kind of see the structure now. Hopefully it's not too kind of crazy, because all it really is a hierarchy. I'm going to draw it one more time. So it'd be like you at the top. That's you. Then you've got media buyer 1. You've got media buyer 2. It's very simple stuff when you think about it, guys. It's just that most people don't really think of it like this. This is why I want to make this video. So you got media buyer 1, media buyer 2, media buyer 3. And then each media buyer handles, you know, underneath them 10 clients. You know, client number 1 all the way up to client number 10. And then this goes from, you know, client number 11 to 20. And then this person handles the rest. It's basically like that. And your media buyers are the people that are answering to your clients. So your clients are in communication directly with your media buyers. Your clients only really need to message you when there's some sort of personal problem. Set up that expectation from beginning. So make sure you have a very strong onboarding process, by the way, that explains this. In your onboarding process, you can literally explain this to clients before they start working with you. And if they don't like that they're going to be, you know, working with a media buyer, which they shouldn't, because they should understand how a business is run. You know, you have multiple people in a business. If they don't like that, then just tell them, you know what, you're not going to be a good fit. Forget the onboarding. Don't even come on as a client. There's no point trying to risk your mental health trying to build a business, right, if it's just going to literally destroy your mental health. I'd rather you have your mental health, go work a 9-to-5 job and, you know, at least remain happy, than work with headache clients that are just not worth it, guys. Honestly, like, you don't want to mess about with your mental health. That shit's crazy. But long story short, guys, this is how you would go about managing a 30K per month agency, or even a 50K per month agency, right, in kind of like the hierarchy structure. So hopefully this makes sense how you can kind of like see this now. I know this was kind of like a simple video to make, and kind of like simple to understand, to be honest with you. But again, most people don't think like this. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do need help, you know, scaling out your agency or whatever it is, or if you're just starting from complete scratch and you want to start, click the link below. You can either check out Agency Transformation, which is an online program that you can actually enroll into, or you can work with me one-to-one through Hybrid Agency 2.0. I'll leave the links below. Jump on a call with me if you're not too sure about each one, but they've both got individual videos that kind of explain the programs and what the differences are anyway. So I recommend you check those out before you book in a call, or you decide to roll with Agency Transformation or the other. But yeah, guys, hope this was helpful. Hope that you can kind of see the structure now, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.